I tried to unmute and I pressed a button next to it because it's a new button for me to change this. I pressed stop recording for a second. So if you're on YouTube, you miss nothing other than me being like, God damn it. Okay. Because I'm definitely not going to waste the time to splice those VODs together. Let's be serious. And as a reminder, if you subscribe to me on YouTube, do not click that bell. Just save yourself the aggravation. So, anyways, he was found in his bed, dead, with his throat was slit.
Okay. They don't know. Rubies are very good at what they do. She would have made a story. She would have never been suspected. It is not unlike these lonely, unwed men to have several favorite diamonds. I'll just be his very favorite. It's also not unlike these lonely wed men to be very embarrassed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And to want to keep us a secret.
Okay, I can see that. So you want so my job is to forge a document?
A will, yes.
We're in at this moment, Scott, we're in the Tico Caprel.
Yeah, we're saying that you guys had actually left to
would I be able to say retroactively that we bought like papers and stuff so we could practice on the way?
Honestly, I feel like your character would want to keep a lot of important stuff like that with him at all times anyways, for the sake of you guys are literally studying scrolls and working, like having inks for that kind of a thing and having scrolls and what, or parchment, I should say. I imagine you would have had, because you're literally hunting down things like scrolls.
I mean, I was broke, remember? That was my life savings.
Priscilla would have always spotted you. It was important to the mission, though. Like, 1,000% she would.
All right. So, so I think he said it was 12 miles a day or something like that we could travel.
16, as far as I
16?
recall.
So this is about 2 days. About 2 or 3 days, depending on how we want to enter. If we want to enter at night or in the day, right? Because it's 30-something miles. So can I do some checks to practice? And what would I be rolling? Would it be Ledgerman? Because that's like pickpocketing. You
don't need checks to practice. I mean, there's no reason to like roll as a practice. You just say, I practice along the way utilizing resources. Can I get a bonus for that? Sure, you can. That sort of thing.
And I'll just I'll write something out and I'll show Chris Allen, and then she'll be like, no, this is garbage. Yeah.
It's too informal.
Well, and all I'm going to say about this practicing is, as opposed to it giving you a bonus, what it's going to do is going to reduce the penalty that you otherwise would have suffered having never seen one of these documents before. She's using her memory to try to do this well. So technically, you're actually not even making a check, as Doxy is, as she's trying to recall and then review the work that you're doing to make sure she's giving you an accurate representation as though you're looking at another document. So I'm going to have Doxy then to see whether it reduces your thing. Doxy, if you can go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. I don't think there's any focus that can assist you on this.
Sure.
No, Jesus.
Do you want me to luck it so that we can make this thing flawless or no?
I mean, a 14
is pretty good.
14 has it. Doxy looks at 14s like I suck, don't I? Like a
it's
14
like a D&D and a D20 system. That's
fair enough. But a 14 is one shy of a hard result. You know what I mean? And mind you, you're trying to recall a. Yeah, you can go right ahead if you'd like.
I think I should.
Yeah. I mean, if it helps us.
I'm much more comfortable with a 16, with the degree of success being 4.
Okay. So it's like halfway between a hard and a formidable. And so what I'm going to say is something like this, you're going to be able to get some experience recalling it, so on and so forth. Is it a perfect recollection of the phrasing and this, that? Probably not. But it's good enough that at least somebody who is looking over this thing passively, they're going to be able to, like a layman would be like, yeah, this is legit. An experienced person looking over it passively would be like, yeah, this looks legit. But if you have like an actual like lawyer sitting down and combing through it because there's somebody whose direct responsibility is to protect the estate, that might be a different conversation. You yourself
I can handle him.
We see, yeah. So you yourself are no lawyer, so that minutia of like detail that you might have to know, you just wouldn't, especially from memory off the top of your head. So you're able to guide him to the basics. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
you know, so Josh, that's kind of like where you get for a start. Cool.
Okay.
Continue.
So also I would bring up with Chris Ellen, okay, if we're trying to make it look like that you're like a big pop, a big show, a big fanfare. I don't know if you remember, but I'm able to make glyphs that glow and they'll stay permanently on objects. Do you have a glyph that would be identifying to you or something? I could put it on the wagon.
On a vine.
Okay. And I'll just have like I would ask her like a general thing about it, and then I will put it on. Would you want it on the outside of the door? Because it literally will glow. It's a magical symbol that stays. So would we want it on the outside of the wagon, or when you open the wagon, it's like on the inside of the door and it kind of shows off?
What about in the center of the wheels?
Okay. It doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up to Scott because I know I can do it, but it doesn't give a limit to how many you can do. It costs me 1 MP each time I do it.
How long do they stay for?
Forever. Literally, it says until it is removed by my touch, or there's like a dispel. There's a dispel.
Yeah, like physically, like actually, like whatever it is is attached to his. Okay, cool. Then I imagine there's no limitations. So as long as you're not being obnoxious, yeah, it's gonna cost you MP. So however long it takes. Do you recover all your MP when you sleep at night? Yeah. So
no, actually, I don't think you do.
I don't know.
I'll double check that. I'll double check that.
I'm
doing
definitely at max health by now, right?
Yeah, you definitely are. So Josh, yeah, you can definitely you're fine. Just spend your MP. So if you're doing this, a couple of days beforehand, then you'll be fine walking into town. But if you're doing it a ridiculous amount, then obviously you're going to be walking into town with less MP on you.
But can he make all 4 with 1 cast?
Well, I mean,
okay.
No, he's gonna have to use multiple castings, I imagine.
Yeah, I would have to use multiple casting. All right, so if I get 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, I get it all back. But if for each hour, you only get 1d6 plus your willpower back. So,
okay.
I'm assuming we're getting rest on the way there.
Yeah. Unless you're like, oh, we should go quick. We should get there.
I don't think
make those ride checks.
Not rushing.
So I'll decorate the wheels like that. Oscar will mount the torches so that she can make a flash entrance. I think we're ready. And then,
mount the torches onto their.
There's one more. One more glyph
cart.
that I'd like you to make.
Uh-huh.
On the back of the wagon. Let's go with a bluegill. His nickname for me.
Okay.
Lakefish. It's cute.
Okay. I mean, I have 42 magic points. I'm good. I'm
not bragging or anything, but Scott's going to be really, really hard pressed to take all my mana.
Well, I mean, just don't let me sleep.
Huge combat, no problem.
All right, so I'll do that on the back as well. And then, do we want me to do the foraging before we enter town?
Absolutely.
Or the night?
Because I'm going to show it to guards as we enter town.
Okay. So when I actually go to do this, I'll isolate myself from them, and I will just kind of like breathe in and out and go, okay, I could use help. If there's anyone that will help me.
Absolutely.
No, I'm talking to ghosts.
Oh.
You and I are doing something else right now.
Yeah, I would definitely isolate myself because I was made fun of last time.
Oh.
So can I do that?
I mean,
can I summon?
Yeah.
Try to, at least.
Yeah. 16.
I have to beat a 10, I think.
11.
11. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And just to aid me in some way of like making sure I do this right. And
Describe to us how it is that you kind of are trying to get this person.
So I'm just standing in front and I'm looking over this document, and he's really nervous because he doesn't want to screw this up for Chrysalin, because he knows that this document could be what makes or breaks our initial entrance. So he's just sitting there and going, I don't know what to do. Just if someone's out there, he just starts talking to himself. Like he doesn't actually know how to like work it yet. And he's like, if someone knows anything about wills, accounting, or stuff, could you help me?
Is anybody out there?
It's not if you can hear me.
And just look around and wait, and then go hello, and look around.
Yes.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah. So eventually, what happens is you find a form appear before you. The form is again that of a. You can clearly tell it's that of a hobgoblin. There's no question there, but all the finer details, of course, are obscured by the blurriness and the translucence and whatnot of the creature. So you can't make out exactly who it is, but you can definitely tell there is a hobgoblin form in front of you that kind of like appears and is kind of like looking at you.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you write? Do you know anything about wills? And especially in Yvonne's?
I don't know what Yovance is, but I handled documentations of the Emperor.
The Emperor? Okay. You didn't happen to die by like a flash, right?
No.
Okay. So I have to make a will. I'm just. Can you just watch over me and see if what I'm writing makes sense? If it looks good.
You can see it takes a deep breath and then lets it out very slowly and starts mumbling something to himself in a language that you unfortunately don't understand. You can roll an intelligence check real quick.
It's a 13, by the way, the DC.
13, I thought it was an 11.
Well, what I have down is 13.
I think you have it down incorrectly. If you look at the link I'd given you forever ago. So yeah, you're actually able to determine that this person is speaking that language that you had the other person speak to before when you inserted the shard into, what's his name there? Oscar's shoulder. So you're familiar, you believe it's that same language. Either way, it kind of mumbles something to themselves with clearly an aggravated tone as they kind of like float around to your side and look over your shoulder at the work that you're doing there.
What language is that, if you don't mind me asking?
If you can't speak it, you weren't meant to. And then leans in and says, this phrasing is terrible. And just starts pointing down like these different flaws here and there of what it is that you're doing. And it's kind of like one of those, why does it seem like you're mincing up ownership? That sort of a thing. And you're like, tenses are off.
The third person
yeah.
in this. Okay.
Yeah, or disappears. This is a super important detail to have in their living will and testament. Or if they disappear. Very important.
Okay.
No one will find it suspicious at all, I promise.
So yeah, Laszlo's just gonna keep going through like paper after paper as he's correcting him and just like scratching things off and be like, I'll write a better draft after we get it right.
I'm sure you'll have to find a new what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm sure you'll have to find a new stack of parchment for you to share your incompetence with.
You know, you remind me a lot of my teachers.
Doesn't respond. So you're going to make your check to try?
Yep. What is it? What check am I making? I guess dexterity, or they do have calligraphy.
Dexterity.
That would.
No. It's not because you're not necessarily trying to mock some specific person's signature. You're trying to do law here. So I believe it's intelligence, arcane, brewing. So yeah. You can do I suppose it would cryptography or writing. I would say actually writing would be an important one here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's a +2 to this.
Oh.
How's that?
Jesus, you got a nigh impossible result, and this is your actual like roll, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to?
Do you have? Hold on. Do you
like to
have a
luck
+2
check your
to that?
nigh impossible?
Yeah. It's 21.
Holy crap!
Would you like to luck die your nigh impossible result there?
I don't think we need to, guys, but
Oh, why not? Right? Why not just throw it all at the wall?
We should really just be conservative. I know that this might not work out, but that's role play.
Yeah. Doxy says she starts suiting up.
So yeah, it's the curse. I don't think we're gonna. You don't actually, guys don't actually want to reroll, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I was like,
No,
all right.
of course not. That was a joke.
All right. I'm just making sure. All right. No, that's my final answer.
Okay. So nice. So you finish the result, and he looks down at it after it's all said and done, and he says, "That'll do, donkey. That'll do."
That's a weird accent change. Thank you. Okay. I'll walk out and back to the group, and I'll say, okay, I tried my hardest. I think it's good. I was told it was good. And I'll hand it to Chris Ellen.
You were told.
Yes, I'm not trying to keep secrets.
Oscar
Sometimes
just puts his hand on your shoulder and just kind of grips a little bit and just, it's okay, Laszlo.
He really cursed me.
She looks at it and says, "This is beautiful work."
Thank you. Do you guys know about an emperor? No?
Do I know about an emperor that I don't know?
Which one?
No.
What kind of, hold on, Laszlo, that's a very broad topic.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a hobgoblin. I wasn't sure of the language they were speaking. All right, no, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. He's long dead.
Okay. Hobgoblin Emperor. Can't say I know anything about that.
That's Chris Allen. Should I roll?
Nope. I mean, technically
Not quite
speaking, you can
Laszlo,
roll
no.
historical lore. It's a high check, so you technically roll. She gets all 6s.
I want to try.
Nah.
No.
Not even close.
Appropriately.
I'm really, really glad that I wasted this roll on this.
Yeah.
Wasted. It's a 12.
It's
Wasted.
a 12. It's still a decent roll.
Wasted.
Oh, good.
All right. So I think we're all set. I'll have the servant open the door for you. And do we have do you have like a carpet you want rolled out or anything like that?
You guys opening what door? Just to be clear, because you're on a
the
cart.
wagon. I thought it was a wagon.
You're on a cart, dude. You've been on a cart for like weeks now.
Yeah. You've forgotten that we left Chris Ellen's very nice carriage.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't. Look, you're getting me to hammer sconces to the sides of the cart.
All right.
He's
I mean, it's not
Like, I'll do it, but this
Lipstick on a pig, buddy. Okay.
I'm not going to question this.
Actually perfect for a rich, cheap bastard, right? To be like, I got you this gift, and it's a cart, right?
Okay. Well, and don't worry about the torches.
You don't want me to?
No, leave them. It's perfect. Like, legit.
I've already hammered the sconces in part way to accommodate for the torches. You want me to remove them?
Does Oscar just use his hand?
Yeah.
To be clear, if you want to see successful torches put on either side of some cheap shit, do you remember my old overlays?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to sub as I say that, so I'm going to assume they're like, "Thank you for coming away from that, Scott."
Oh my goodness. Oh God. Anyways, yeah, no. So, you want me to stop pressing these G
No,
sconces
continue.
All right. And he just continues to press in the nails into the boards. He doesn't have a hammer.
He
just-
uses his head.
No, he's using his hand, just pressing them in. The
And-
card is not good quality. Easy iron nail, just press them in there. Not pretty. They're not going to be very secure. They'll do.
So you dress up this cart to a small degree. You don't get a red carpet, which is good because you're Poe. And things like that are expensive and hard to get your hands on.
Right, yeah. I would instruct Oscar to, like, we're going to need something to lay out over puddles and stuff for me to walk on that Oscar will have to, like, lay down.
I love that she covers her mouth. You'll have to like lay down.
I was itching my nose. I'm not ashamed of any part of this.
I mean, I still technically have a cloak. It's just a cheaper ass cloak that came with the leather armor.
Oh, good. We're sending for your things anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I have no problem with this.
Perfect.
Cool. So when you guys actually get your way into town, as it flash from back forward to that, when you actually bring your way back into town, it's still funny. We're actually, no, timing is way off. That's weird. Oh, I remember why I'm so far off because I accidentally stopped recording at some
weird.
point. That's funny.
Weird.
So anyways,
Yeah.
I'm just dumb. It doesn't matter. So when you guys make your way back into the town, as I described beforehand, now, were you saying that you are heading directly to his estate? When this
I want
is
to speak to the guards at the gate.
Gotcha. So you want to go back to the guards that are at his home or at the entering the town?
Entering the town.
Perfect. So this town doesn't really have a gate. It doesn't really have walls. It doesn't really need them. So there will be guards, but not like as people are coming and going right by the entrance to town. You're kind of like come into town and maybe like 2 or 3 minutes walking through it because you're casually walking through.
they
You'll see
patrol.
some. Yeah. You'll
Yeah,
see some.
okay, sure. I would like to roll up on one.
Hey, buddy.
Slide the DM.
So I run one over with the cart because Laszlo doesn't understand.
So yeah, you you make your way to the my apologies. You kind of like make your way over to one of the guards and get their attention. The guard, it's just it's typical 2-person kind of patrolling that goes on.
Sure.
And so they just like you give them that like head nod of their interest. They kind of look your way. They don't even say anything yet. I'll let you start.
Sirs, I hope I'm not too late for Horinor.
Are you dolled up?
Oh, absolutely.
Coming into town, you're all
Looking super cute. Yeah,
All right.
not wearing my riding stuff, wearing like a dress and a corset and stuff like that.
awesome. I love the idea of like Cinderella is still just like sitting on a pumpkin coming into town. You know what I mean? Like it's beautiful. All right, so go ahead.
Does that make me a mouse? Never mind.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
More of never mind.
I hope I'm not too late for Horinor's memorial services. I need to see somebody about his estate. And, of course, pay my respects.
Memorial services. The other one's like, yeah, I remember. There was like disagreement about that happening. They are still going to hold one. It hasn't happened yet. It's going to be happening in 2 days' time. At his estate. It was supposed to happen 2 days ago, but I'm sure you noticed the weather. So they held it off, and they're going to do it when the weather is nice. Give the man his proper respects.
Yeah, of course. She like kind of rolls her eyes and smiles.
Out of curiosity, is it really nice out right now?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
And it didn't
Alright.
it didn't rain 2 days ago.
Yeah. So they're waiting until it rains is what they're saying there. I gotcha. No. Okay. Cool. Continue. Sorry.
I'm going to run the folded fake will through my fingers, kind of like flirtily, right? And hand it over to one of the guards and say, "And who would I see about this?"
So you handed it over that you had mentioned. Did you? My apologies. You RP a minute ago. Did you say the word will? You said something.
Them?
So,
Estate.
Estate.
I
Matters
mean,
of
handle
estate.
his estate.
Handle
yeah.
estate. Thank you. Like the what's it called? Anyways, so you executrix. That's the word. Executrix of the estate. So yeah, you hand it over to them, and one of the guards doesn't know what it is, so immediately just starts opening it to like look inside. And again, the other guard's kind of like, no, not now. I honestly don't know who would handle that.
You know who's been staying in his estate?
The servants.
And that's all?
A couple of us kind of went in there to investigate the matters, but just servants have been staying there.
I suspect you saw that the red room was done up for me.
There was a red room.
Yes.
You're gonna have to roll a communications bluff check.
Sure.
Lying, whatever they call it in this game. Ooh, Doxy.
Can I luck it?
Yep, that's worth lucking.
Fuck.
That's still better. That's 13. That could have been far worse, maybe.
One of the guards doesn't know what you're referring to, and the other one just says no.
Interesting. I did wonder if he kept this to himself. Well, I guess I will make my way to the estate. Thank you so much for your assistance, and she'll go to reach for the will back.
Yeah, he'll go hand it back, but he'll say, "Who are you?"
My name is Luthira.
I meant in relation.
Oh, well. And then she points to the back of the cart. Bluegill, if you will.
Cat looks to the other guard. The other guard, like, shakes his head, looks back at you.
One of the many beautiful women that traipses to his estate in cover of night.
Oh, okay. Because, they say that he was found with a smile on his face.
He must have been getting paid.
They actually both laugh very heartily. Like, that was an on-point, no communications check joke for this guy. They laugh so... It's one of those things where he goes to hand you the letter, but then it, like, slips between your fingers as he, like, doubles over, laughing so hard at that. After he catches his breath, he, like, stands up and hands you, like, oh, you know him indeed.
You come to the memorial.
Do I have to? And again, it's one of the other guards says, "We will." Yeah, giving you like
she'll reach out and touch the one that was like, "We will," and said, "Good, you'll be by my side."
And so, yep, you make your way downtown, walking fast as faces pass, mansion bound. So, yep, you go and you check out the estate because you had seen that when you first came in. I imagine you guys go and look at the estate so you can be as I described beforehand. You see how it is on the outside, how beautiful it is, the trimmings, and so on and so forth. You could even see one of the servants are actually actively out there working on the actual lawn care. Lawn care is very much one of those old school lawnmowers, which is kind of cool because not everybody is going to be able to afford this kind of a device. If you've never seen one of these, Doxy, you live in Iowa. I'm pretty sure you've invented one yourself. It's literally just like bits of metal that like kind of have a bit of a twist to it band that's sharpened on the inside.
Buy it for life. They will last you forever as long as you maintain those blades.
It's hard work, but they're like my parents. I guess inherited when they bought the house that we moved to when I was like 15-ish.
They're so much nicer for small areas.
So nice. But yeah, so anyways, it's more or less just like two wheels that as they spin, these different curved, sharpened blades just spin really fast on the inside and just eat up the grass. You can't really change the settings so much for like height or anything. It's not motorized. It's hard pushing yourself, but they're effective.
That's the height on them?
I did not spend a lot of time with it, but they are nice. Again, you live in Iowa. I live in Mass. You know what I mean? The further west you go, the more people care about their lawn. Like Erin Rinson, she's literally told me that her parents would, no jokes, neighbors would measure the height of their grass. And like, I'm like, that sounds like people that don't have hobbies.
No, their lawns are their hobbies, and it is just tragic.
I mean,
right,
cool.
I think you're looking for hilarious. Hilarious is the word you're looking for?
I mean, a pretty lawn is nice or whatever, but bringing a ruler out is nuts.
Yes, so like, Erin is not one of the people that cares that much by any stretch of the imagination, but she would actually say, while being in New England, it's painfully tragic how poorly maintained the lawns out here are. It's like people just don't care if it's weeds or grass as long as it's green. in my mind is, well, weeds will survive during a
I think
drought.
we should all have natural lawns.
You know, it's
personally.
interesting. Grass is a weed. So
Yeah. But you know what I mean.
I don't. Grass is a weed. I think that people are being very silly then.
I don't know. But either way, I don't care. As long as it's green, like, cool. It doesn't kick up dirt when you're walking through it, so you can actually enjoy being outdoors. That's all that matters. I don't water that shit. There's
What are you
rain.
talking about, bud? It's all snow. Just ice. I don't know what you're getting at.
That's a good point, sir. You are north of me. I wonder how far north you actually are of me.
Probably not that far north. Of
Not
you,
that far
actually.
north.
Probably
I think
just,
probably
like very comparable.
Yeah, we should probably Google that shit later on.
I am basically in one of the southernmost points in Canada.
Yeah.
Because Vancouver Island actually dips below the 49th parallel. So
Yeah.
like genuinely I am probably I think I'm
Wait.
probably still about like
Are you? You might be south of me.
I might be. That's kind of my point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I think that actually technically goes through parts of Maine. I think that goes through parts of Maine because there's a beer that I like that
It does not
only
go
grows
through
hops.
Maine. He's West Coast, bud.
No, I meant the
Parallel.
parallel.
Oh, sure.
So if you compare yours to say Providence, Rhode Island, because I'm just north of Providence, Rhode Island. So
48.4 latitude.
is you?
Mm-hmm.
And where's Providence, Rhode Island?
I'm
I'm
about
doing it
to
right
pull
now.
it up.
Latitude. You get probably before me.
41. I am 7 above you.
Yeah. Okay. So because I don't know how many miles a latitude point is, so
I don't know.
I might be say 42 or something like that, right? Because I don't know how many miles it is, but yeah, cool. Awesome. So either way,
111 in a single latitude. That's kilometers, so 69 miles.
69 miles. Yeah, so I'm around. I'm around 42. So you said you were what, 48?
I was at 48.
Yeah, so you're like 6 points above me. So barely. We're the same weather north-south wise.
Oh,
it's just
absolutely.
east-west wise. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Josh, where are you? Just kidding.
I'm like 30, 35 or something like that. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, you're in Florida or Orlando for
It's
that.
all
So,
longitude
yeah.
anyway, baby. That's the stat that matters.
Hey, moving on. So you guys are at Strandano. You go and you check out the estate. You see it from
I
the
would-
outside.
Politely, like a brief curtsy to the guard and knock on the door.
If funny enough, there are no guards outside. Like I said, there's
Or
one
not
guy
guard.
working.
I'm sorry, I meant servant.
Okay, cool. And then you go and you knock on the door. Not a problem. So what would end up coming over to you is you would have the door be opened up by a servant, as you would just curtsy to one. A servant would come over and open the door, and you would actually see that the servant that opened the door, female, wearing just a very simple gown, not gown, sorry, like a summer dress sort of a thing, just simple clothes, would open the door, not open it all the way, open it, so you can fully see them or whatever, but definitely be standing in the way of it, and would say, hello.
Hello, dear.
Hi.
My name is Luthira. I am here to settle the matter of the estate.
Okay.
Who would I speak to about this?
I'm not sure.
What's your name?
My name is Lily. Do you, to what manner do you mean to settle the,
Can you read, Lily?
kind of?
This is a will, and I'll like pull it out and run it through my fingers again.
Mhm.
Says that I'm to determine who's to take over the business.
Really?
A legal document, yes.
Oh, okay.
Is my visit a surprise?
Yes, very much so, yeah.
This was delivered to me several days ago. I'm just amazed that he didn't have a room done up for me.
To shore up like all the stuff that you were just saying, communications, because you're lying.
Sure. What the fuck?
Make me happy.
What do you think, boys?
Lock it. Definitely lock it. We
Okay.
need to get in the door.
That's a lot better.
Okay, 14. So, yep. So she seems to be believing you. Mm-hmm.
No lemon cookies prepared. None of the normal.
I'm sorry, no.
That's okay. It's not your fault. I imagine, it was foul play. He must have known that it was coming to have sent for me. Well, I will take any room that isn't his. I'll need a room for my guard and my chauffeur as well. And if anybody could
I'm
make
so
lemon
sorry.
cookies.
I can't let you in right now.
Why is that?
Well, I haven't seen proof that that's supposed to, I can't.
The proof is right here, dear.
It's a paper in your hand?
I'll hand it to her. Now it's in your hand, Lily.
May I have a little bit of time to review this?
Together? Absolutely. That's a very valuable document. I can't let it out of my sight.
Will you excuse me for a minute?
I'll take the document back out.
Yeah, so it's like when you start reaching out, so she
Absolutely.
like leans it forward for you to take it.
Yeah, I'll say, of course.
And then she like takes her like foot out of the way and shuts the door in front of you.
And I will wait outside.
The three of you say or do anything while you're out there?
Is that guy still doing the push mower?
He is, in fact, yeah.
Is he having some trouble at all?
No, not at all. Clearly, this is somebody who's been doing it for years and years and years.
I might just go over and just go and chat with him about, this is a really cool device. How does this work? Just chatting shit, basically. Nothing important whatsoever.
Sure, of course. And the two of you, do you have any conversations with one another about that?
No. She would stay silent.
Okay, why don't you go ahead, both of you, and roll me I think you have empathy, check. This is perception.
Oh, I don't have empathy, so just right. Oh,
Where was this 16 a second ago?
No. I don't understand you humans.
Chris, you talking to her, you got like a really funny vibe about that conversation. She seems, first of all, a servant questioning you is a little bit off. You know what I mean? Especially
Right.
considering how the power structure here works. But
Sure.
you don't know how this estate was set up beforehand. You are, in fact, lying. So the fact that she's questioning you is more making you nervous than necessarily being out of place. It could be more nerves than anything else. But it seemed like you could almost see like your lies that you were giving to her. She seemed to be spoon-fed them, like she believed them through and through. But she seemed reluctant to want to, still let you in, despite that. Almost like she doesn't want to go against. You've seen this in service a million times. It's not her decision;
yeah.
it's somebody else's decision.
Somebody's directing her.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So I don't know if you guys say anything or if we're just gonna cut to when she reopens the door a few minutes later.
I would
moments
not
later.
say
Okay.
anything.
Okay. So again, maybe a minute passes and the door reopens.
She seems nice.
Yes. Very subservient.
So about a minute later, the door reopens and she looks out the door and says, we can have you here tomorrow to overlook those documents to make sure that everything is set.
Lily, darling, where am I to stay this evening?
There's a wonderful inn. If you turn back the road and go, she sees like the look in your face. She kind of stops.
Lily, dear. The cost of this will just come out of the estate. It's fine. Truly.
Okay.
May I ask, who are you conferring with inside?
Nobody.
Who's the person that I will be discussing this document with?
I guess I'll be there as one of the people, and there'll be a couple of others that would be interested, of course, in hearing where things would be going.
Well, this is a very private affair at the moment, until we can make the proper arrangements. So I need to know who is left in charge of this estate right now, because in the eyes of the law, it's me.
I guess you.
Well, in that case, I'll be coming on in.
I can't let you do that.
I don't want to put you into any kind of trouble or danger, dear. But I need you to be forthcoming with me, okay?
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna walk away and to Oscar and just go.
It's one of those you can literally take like a couple
That'd
steps
be
off of like the front porch area and just be like,
Yeah. Yeah, I just be like,
All right, and Oscar will like shake hands with the guy who's doing the push mower and just say, "Oh, very interesting," and then walk up.
Oscar, do me a favor. Roll me a communication check for that conversation that you were having over there as well.
I'm sure it
funsies.
went terribly. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Just
It's
average.
5 stunt dice.
Yeah, but
If I
it's only
succeed,
an
yeah.
11. It's up to him if you succeeded or not. So he can try to luck it if he wants to. It's up to him.
I mean, I was just chatting shit. This is not
Okay,
worth lucking.
that's fine. And Doxy, did you want to luck your 14?
What do you think, boys?
I think it's very important we get in the door.
I think
Alright.
that we have 0 luck dice left unless someone has granted us more.
I mean, there's one way to find out.
There is
It'll
one way
tell
to
us.
find out.
Okay, so your 14 becomes a 17. A 17 is gorgeous, darling. That beats a formidable. When you say that,
Lily, dear, I'll keep you safe.
yeah, when
Nobody
you
can hurt you.
even before the "I'll keep you safe" part, because that's a little bit more directed. The line that you had said prior, the whole "you need to be very forthcoming with me," she just kind of like gives you almost like a I'm doing something wrong and I know it kind of look, and her eyes have like this almost like plead to them, like I can't. And she literally says to you, "I'm sorry, I can't."
I'll
and
reach
she
out my
goes to
hand
shut the door.
her.
Mhm.
I'll reach out my hand to
I feel
her.
like I hear my phone vibrating. You reach out your hand to her?
Yeah,
To what
for
part?
her to
Like
take it.
take your hands? She actually, you can see the pained look in her face that she really, really wants to take this kindness, this what you're doing right now. And she's just like, she just looks so sorry and so scared. And she actually recoils into the door and goes to shut it.
Lily, no.
Click.
That girl's in danger?
That's odd. Yeah.
Oscar comes walking up as
danger.
Oscar comes walking up as danger, stands next to Laszlo.
Yeah, I didn't get that. That was odd.
Sorry, hold on. What's danger?
She wanted to give me more than she could give me. She wanted to let me inside, and she wanted to come with me.
There are people vying for control over an estate.
Of course there are.
One of them is inside.
Well, she actually told us there wasn't. She told us that Chris Ellen was the owner of the state. There's no
Lutera?
other. Yeah. Vera was in control of the state. The way she worded it, she even admitted to it. Said, "I guess this is yours."
I don't know. I was just looking at the push mower over there. It's very interesting, by the way. Cuts the. And
We have
sorry,
them on the
what's
vineyards.
happening? Yes. Well, that makes sense.
I could probably open the door if you wanted me to.
No, we're not going to force a confrontation, and we are not going to put that girl in danger.
Good to know. What
We'll
do you need
stay at
from
an
me?
inn, and we will come back tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, you were calling me over so we could leave. I see. Okay.
No, we
No.
thought there was static there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
But I promise no confrontation. There shall be no confrontation.
If there has to be, there has to be. But just, you know.
I mean, we could always call the guards. They would make them let us in.
I don't
then-
want to endanger.
No, but if she's in danger, then leaving her alone all night with the person that she's in danger with is dangerous, I think. But we could just stay at an inn too.
Is there a way that you can see inside of there without going inside of there?
Mhm. I have a scroll.
Yeah, I have a scroll, but I don't have access to the other part of the scroll. Remember, the sensor.
I mean, So let's go find an inn. We can discuss this, shall we?
We can share a room this evening. We're rather light in the purse.
Okay. Yep, makes sense. I'll go get the horse.
We can walk. It's a beautiful day.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, did you learn anything? Oscar?
I don't think he liked me very much.
Actually, you guys get along well. He was actually genuinely nice to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was one of those things where you're just dealing with servants. So just showing them kindness is something that they, especially you have to remember you're in Yovance. So if you're just kind to servants, especially with what you already know about the guy that used to run this place, that just goes a long way with them. So he actually was just genuinely nice to you. It's a pretty low DCs dealing with him in general. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
So we were just chatting about the lawnmower and how that works and what he does here, and just basic stuff.
I'm going to press a gold coin into Oscar's hand. You guys get us a room. There's a small errand I must run. Just going to a bakery and getting sweets.
Okay. Sure. Where is the inn? Did you get directions for that?
We'll ask a guard.
Okay.
Or
I'll go
see
with-
it. Also, protect this very, very carefully. And she hands you the wheel.
Okay.
You sure you don't want me to go with you? Or I'll go get the room and Oscar can go with you. If someone's putting other people in danger, you would be the target now, right?
Sure, but it will take a while for that to air around the town.
You don't think they're gutting the place, do you?
I don't care if they're gutting the place.
Okay, I thought that's why we were here. All right, in. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go to the inn, no problem. You're able to find it relatively easily. The question is, because the inn here is actually a decently quality inn that has, there are shitty rooms that actually aren't inside the main inn. The inn actually has like a additional building on the backside for like servants, and like we're talking rooms that are, a copper for the room, and the room can hold multiple people in it because it's like just garbage situation. Even the better ones in the secondary building are a copper room. These rooms are fucking tiny. We're talking, it's more or less a hammock inside of its own cubicle with we'll call it a door there. That's a secondary building. The primary building has normal rooms all the way up to, there's actually a pretty extravagant suite that they offer here as well. I don't know what degree of roomage you guys were looking for.
I gave them a gold piece. They can spend the whole thing if they like.
I think we're looking for something of just like modest to upper value to still maintain appearances.
1 gold piece is going to be 3 mediocre rooms.
That's kind of the idea.
You're not going to be upper tier at that.
We're looking to get 1 room to share though. So to share a space. That's what Chris Ellen asked for. So that's what we were gonna.
So the innkeeper, the innkeeper would actually give a bit of pushback and says, 1 room, just the 2 of you?
3 of us.
He thinks for a second and looks at you and says, I mean, if you were a couple sharing a room, that wouldn't be an issue. If there's 3 individuals in a room, that's not okay. You're going to need your own rooms. There's no piggybacking on the floor.
I don't take a lot of space.
Have you seen the size of him?
Listen, I'm running a business here. I need to turn a profit. If I just have people sleeping on a floor, how am I going to turn a profit?
2 rooms. 2 rooms?
That's fine enough for me. You boys can snuggle up.
Oscar gives him a wink and just puts the gold piece on the table. Thank you.
Okay. And it takes the coin, so on and so forth. You guys have been able to make your way to the room. Doxy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stop at a bakery and see if there's any lemon cookies or rosewater cookies.
Yeah. I mean, definitely you're going to be able to find a bakery that's going to be able to sell goods. I mean, again, this is going to be like the stuff that you are accustomed to with your. It's more, local mom and pop, not exactly going to make it on Phantom Gourmet bakery. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so you can of
Just
course.
their nicest sweets.
Yeah. You go in there, you probably hope for rose water or whatever it is, and you're like, well, that's out the window because these taste like shit water. But you eventually find like the sweet there that you're actually like, oh, this smells really nice. You get a little sample of it, and you're like, oh my god, it's delicious. And so you, whatever it might be, and you bring it with you there.
I'd like a dozen.
Yeah, whatever it is. You know, you get a nice a couple of silver. You know,
Okay.
nothing crazy. And so you
I'll tip a silver also.
Yep, cool.
And head to the inn.
Okay, you go into the inn.
I imagine you guys are waiting for me downstairs.
Is this the type of inn that does the food as well, or no? It's just purely inn.
Tavern or inn, basically.
So give me 1 second. It does offer that kind of service as well, but not for the regular patrons, only for the people that are paying a little bit extra for it. You know what I mean? So, which because you guys spent
basically just sit
you guys spent 1 gold piece for 2 rooms. That's enough to be able to technically be able to be in that dining area. It's just again, cool. It's not like, ooh, this is good stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's like continental.
And shit.
It's like continental breakfast, kind of like.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're eating cold oatmeal, boys.
Yeah.
This was beef stew.
When you go walking into the inn, I imagine you're just like, oh, I'm looking for my room. He's gonna look at you and be like, oh boy, you know, I have to say, it's very rare we get to see such beautiful women so exquisitely dolled up like you yourself happen to be. To have 2 in a week.
Official business.
Do you happen to be a diamond as well?
Yes.
Oh man, I just have to say I'm very proud as a business owner to be somebody to have housed such exquisite beauties so many times in such a short span. Is our reputation growing in the greater world?
I don't know. What's your name?
Ouch. He's just kind of like, he looks, slumps down and says, your room is down the hall and on the right hand side. And the woman that stayed here before you actually paid for a nice room. This is a little sting back.
Did my bodyguard not pay for a nice room? Let me rectify that.
Looks up at you with a bit of a gleam in his eye. Would you like to stay in the suite?
Of course.
And I think it was 10 gold a night.
I'm sure it was 5.
He looks at you and frowns and says, you're welcome to roll on that, by the way. And then I'll give my response.
Oh, please be good.
That's good.
Oh, yes.
He looks at you and frowns and says, and she didn't bargain either.
She wasn't in charge of the coffers.
Fine, 6 gold. Take the suite. Nobody has it booked anyways. I need the additional gold to cover the food that comes with the suite, okay?
Of course. And I'll hand over the 5 more gold.
It's funny, you hand over the 5 more gold, and it's one of those things where he was expecting you to hand over 6 more. You hand over 5 more gold, and you give him that look that more or less is like, they already gave you a gold piece, didn't they? Roll me 1 more bargain check. He just sighs. I don't know if you care to use that stunt as like a thing, or if you're just gonna leave it be. A degree of success. I
want to make him like me.
Oh, sure. Okay, cool. Technically speaking, then you have 8 stunt.
Okay.
Well, flirt.
Yeah, let's flirt twice. I'll wink and say, yeah.
All right, cool.
What do you say?
I'll wink as one flirt, and I'll say, now that's someone whose manners match their looks.
He technically has to roll his check. A double flirt, I'll actually apply a penalty to his roll. I'll give him a -2. You gotta roll your communications.
Ooh!
He don't like you.
He don't.
Do you have seduction?
I mean, a seduction is just a communication roll.
It was better.
Why
We're
do I always
fine.
roll
Wow.
I keep rolling nines.
Your dice are cooked.
It's crazy. I know. God damn it. It is crazy. Anyways, ouch. So I think if you actually type in command Throne Keeper Major, like Throne Keeper, I think it gives you those details.
I think it's TK.
No, TK is for the campaign. This is for the
Okay,
it's just the character's name in the PC and where to find you. Oh well. Moving on. So you well, you know where I'm really gonna put this? I really should get you in Regicide because I have, and now I guess Tesh for Kingmaker to give you a short description of your character, and right beneath us, if you're on the actual website, twitch.tv/versus the app. I think the app probably has it attached on there too. There's literally a thing I've set there for your characters in the campaigns so people can just kind of like, oh, here's the details of who I'm looking. I just never make anybody fill it out. I was not, but now I think I have to be like, guys, fill it out. But anyways, moving on. So you double flirt with him. It's one of those things where he just actually straightens up, takes the 5 gold, and he's like, thank you. I'll see to it myself that your room is quite well maintained.
Gratitude.
And so you make your way towards the room that he'd already given you directions to where their room is. You can probably make your way past their room as you go up to yours. And so you can like knock, knock. Actually, I don't even know if I can knock, knock on this anyway.
It worked.
It sounds really good, actually.
Oh, that works?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. I wasn't sure. New toys. It's like that new dildo they have. So you
Very delayed due to COVID-19, actually. So if you could just not rub it in.
I'm
or
sorry.
Very specifically, rub it in a whole lot more. And make sure you're doing circular motions.
I was gonna say
rhythm is very important, Scott.
Very important.
And that's the second flirt.
We made him blush.
We did it! Full alert! That was 4 stunt points right there.
I was gonna say I actually met. Do you know those? What are those parties called? Venus parties?
Passion party.
No. It's Aphrodite parties, right?
Where they sell sex toys.
Yeah, they sell sex toys.
Called many different.
There's a very specific
it's
company.
An MLM.
Sure. But there's a very specific company that does it. I've actually met the owner of that business because she lives in Rhode Island. I think she lives in, I think she said Warwick. Anyways, I met the owner of that business, and it's so funny too because this woman is loaded because she owns a very what do I think?
MLM.
Yeah, she I mean, it was the one that started the trend of selling sex toys at. Anyways, she is one of those you would never guess in a million years. And if she ever sees this clip, I do not mean this in an insulting way. She's so dressed down, you could borderline say frumpy. It's one of those things where but she's just like, I'm just a lady. I just made a business that worked out. It's cool. Don't think anything of it. Super cool person. Anyways, moving on. What's up, Messy? How you doing, man?
Messy.
Oh, cool. What's her address? I'll bring ski masks.
I think that he meant slopes, not slops. But you never know.
I'll be hitting
You
the
never
flops
know.
after you guys go ski. Does she keep
Ew.
inventory?
Ew, Doxy. That's like a.
Oh my god! Did we
Did you just
create
Okie
like
cookie? We just Okie her cookie and Doxy's diving in. That is nasty. Oh man! And viewership, as we're talking about it, shoots up. Okay. Moving on.
That's some good long boob right there.
Oh man, I don't know. I live in Florida.
It's snow, Messy, not stow.
I don't live there. Stow.
Common misconception, but it's snow.
Hey, we're used to boats. We're used to boats down here, okay?
Oh man, I don't know if you guys know this or not, chat or you two. Josh is in theory moving to New England, and he's never lived north of Florida aside from maybe a small stint in the military. I am so excited. 4
years.
I'm so excited, Josh. When you move up here, I'm not even joking. For your first winter, I'm gonna and I mean this with all love, man. I'm gonna make sure you are stocked up with good shovels. Okay. Like stock up with good
multiple shovels.
Josh.
You need multiple shovels.
Josh, I'm going to make sure you stock up with good shovels. And you, of course, can go out and buy one shitty one, too, because those are always good to have. But, oh, man,
That is the one that you keep in your car.
Correct.
What was that?
The shitty shovel is the one that you
Oh,
keep
no,
in
that's
your
the
car.
like retractable one or whatever you could put in your car for like little.
The
But
shittiest one available, yeah.
yeah, no, but shitty ones are really good for breaking up the ice and whatnot because you don't want to use an ice pick. It ruins your driveway and then you're like paying thousands of dollars to fix your property. It's not worth it. Yeah.
It sounds horrible.
Look, we'll talk about this later. There are many.
It's a
better
really
ways to deal
beautiful
with that.
time of year, though, Josh.
No, what's important is the beautiful time of year, which is fall or autumn, right? What's really important is that you don't overdress. Like this right here should be the most that you wear, even when you're cold. You don't want to wear too heavy of clothing. You're like, it's getting cold out, I'm going to dress up. Don't do that. You need to like prepare your body for when it's going to actually be cold. Otherwise, all winter long, you get like a scarf and like 3 jackets, a sweater, snow pants, and you're like,
Your
I'm
snot's
cold.
gonna freeze when you breathe in. It hurts.
I
Boston.
don't own a scarf or a jacket.
I mean,
So
We call that character.
I'll crochet you a scarf, but
I mean,
what?
We call that character building, Doxy.
yeah. No, most people would just kind of like build that up over a lifetime, but you're going to need so many of them so quickly. We'll just do a donation pile. We'll actually have a donate to Josh's family bin.
Yeah, let me know if you need stuff. I can send you.
I'm gonna be the star kid
Yeah.
as a 35-year-old man just walking down the street.
Arms down.
This is
Oh, yeah.
this is amazing.
Actually, I just realized I was just saying I would donate stuff to you, and I feel like they will not fit now that I'm thinking about it.
No, it won't.
No, it probably won't, huh?
I'll at least crochet you a really nice scarf. I mean it. I will.
I have hats and scarves that would fit you.
I got a
Crochet
really
him
big
a fucking
head.
scarf, William.
Brittany has a diesel head. My wife's head is so massive, and she's only 4'11". So it's so funny.
Stop, Scott. Stop. Stop.
No, I make fun of her for it all the time. So like her hats are like loose on me because she's got this like massive dome piece. I hope you can hear me up there, wife. That's right. I hope you can hear me.
You
Anyways,
understand that she must accommodate for her hair.
yeah, well, she has big hair too. I mean, she's Portuguese and Syrian. She's got these big curly hair. So yeah. Anyways, so what was I saying? You
Josh canceled. Due to Scott dying.
she is the boss. She does control the channel. So you, sir, what was I saying? I'm actually excited. We're still tangenting here because by the time you move up here, if and when you move up here, I would have finished building the fire pit that I'm hand building right now. And fire pits are great because we're going to start being able to invite people over to hang out at a social distancing. Like you can sit 10 feet away from me and hang out. So I'm like, Josh, hi, buddy. And you'll actually be physically sitting there.
Okay, wait a minute. I've never understood the fire pit thing. Because if you sit outside for like 4 minutes here, you die of mosquitoes.
Oh, that is not a problem.
There's mosquitoes. Well, hold up. There are mosquitoes here.
Not here.
And
There are
because
some here, but they die very.
the winter was so mild, we're probably going to deal with triple E again this year, but you don't have to usually deal with that until the fall. Triple E is an equestrian disease that sometimes makes a mutation so it can get to humans, and it's very dangerous for certain kind of like how COVID is, right? Like not dangerous for everybody, but certainly for some people and can make your life miserable. So yeah, with mild winters comes lots of mosquitoes, which is bad. You actually want harsh winters to kind of like kill all the ticks and mosquitoes. Yeah. Harsh
You don't
winters
get
are
a
actually
lot.
good. And they build
You don't get
character.
A lot of bugs.
Yeah. Besides,
We
you're
have
gonna
very few bugs. So you guys could move to Victoria, and then you won't have to deal with it.
shh, you. I'm keeping him. He's mine.
Well, we'll see.
No, I get him in the divorce, Josh. So I do have to say though, like you're gonna enjoy your first real Christmas. It's gonna be amazing. Like you haven't experienced Christmas yet. You know what I mean? Like
I've lived in other places.
That
But
doesn't
not
seem
real-
Right.
not-
I don't think you have. That doesn't seem right.
like
It is Georgia though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you're real Christmas. So granted, Will might have a more pure Christmas than me. I won't lie, but
Not in Victoria, no. In
I
Vancouver, though, yeah.
I hope you get a white Christmas. I truly hope that you get to experience that. It's nice. Yeah. Moving on.
I'll be inside. Just-
We all are. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it's the time to cuddle. That's where babies come from, boyo.
Mhm.
There's a reason why all of our children up here are born in September, October, and November. Okay. For the record, October is a very
Not
expensive month
wrong.
for me.
There are a lot of babies born around that time of year up in Canada.
Yep. There's a reason for it, you know? We enjoy the cold too much.
Yeah. The time from July through November is just packed with birthdays.
Yeah, snuggling under a blanket is just as free warmth as a bottle of vodka.
This whole game is just turned into a podcast about the colds.
Why do you think we don't get stuff done, Scott? This is why. This is right here. This is why we are not on track to do things fast.
All right. So anyways, Josh, you were saying you guys went, Docs, you knocked on their door. Do you say anything to them, or is it just kind of like, were you bringing them cookies? What was the plot here, Docs?
I will call the boys up to the new suite.
Like, knock, knock, follow me, boys.
And as whatever staff is leaving, I'll be like, lavender water for a bath, yeah? Or lilac, not lavender. I hate lavender.
I'm looking to grow lavender in my yard. So
It smells so bad.
Oh.
I don't get how people like it. I don't know if it's a genetic thing or what, but I cannot stand the
It
smell
is
of
a genetic thing. Yeah, we Googled this before, different sessions with them before. Yeah.
I do not like it.
Yeah. It's like my wife's favorite smell. So I guess you guys aren't friends. So anyways, yeah.
Friends.
She puts a.
Oh no!
She puts a lavender
you're
body
one of
lotion.
those smellers.
Yeah. We can't be friends. Anyways, so you call them up, guys. You go upstairs, like, yeah, we did good. We got rooms. You got your 2 rooms for yourselves, which is nice. And you walk into her suite, and you're just like, fuck me. Because it's actually genuinely a really nice suite. And when I say a really nice suite, I'm actually referring to the smell that was left behind by the diamonds that had been living here beforehand. Doxy, do me a favor. You could actually roll me a cultural lore check for your own people.
That's very strong.
Is that intelligence?
It burns the nose.
It's not that strong.
Oh, it's getting in there. Oh no.
You know, you
Become Patrick Warburton. No.
I tried to maintain a straight face. I couldn't. So, Doxy, you know that smell. Like, it's one of those, like, I know this is the smell of the diamond that was here before me. Nobody's used this room since, which is the reason why he was able to bargain down so easily and so quickly. But you are able to place which house it might be or which individual it might be that uses this smell. You know what I mean? You're like, I know this smell, you bastard. Either way, the room is genuinely surprisingly good considering the town that you're in. Like, it's actually a really nice room and it's very well maintained.
Does it have a bath?
Yeah. You have your own private. Yeah.
You can stay with me.
I mean, we have a room.
Do we? Well, did you upgrade? Do you know if you upgraded, or do you know if we are keeping? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
We ended up paying for all 3 rooms. I'm going to take it out of the estate. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
There is the matter of the estate to discuss. And I was thinking on my walk, and I placed the box down. We do need to go back tonight. So if you can find a shield for 11 gold, hopefully, you ought to.
Let me see how much they cost. I'll go down to the shop and see how much they cost. At the very least, I'll get that information and we can go from there.
Laszlo and I will start on a plan here. We will not finalize a plan without your say-so.
I'm pretty sure I can get a shield for around 3 gold, maybe.
I think they're
around.
hold
on. How many gold is it? How many silver is in a gold? Is it 10?
10. It's 10 by 10 by 10. And the cost is going to be whatever it says in the
30,
PHP.
30 silver pieces, so then 3 gold.
Yeah. That's really cheap. Nice.
Dope.
I was really surprised.
It's funny, actually. So what I usually do, just to keep consistency across the campaign, so I'm probably going to adjust that in a moment for you. What I try to do to keep consistency across the campaigns is I try to do everything based off of Pathfinder's cost system. So actually, you might want to look at the cost of a shield in Pathfinder. Yeah. And then there are multiple types of shields in both systems, so it should work. Okay?
I'll take a look and I'll let you know.
Thank you.
So, Scott, I have a question.
Shoot.
I have the ability to enchant armor.
Yeah.
Can I apply it to his armor and the shield, or is the shield not? It's considered its own thing.
I believe I want to look up during our next break, which we'll be taking shortly. I want to look that up and kind of go over that with you, with the phrasing of the rules and looking up the rules of the shield and armor. So if you want to kind of get those preloaded for us to chat about afterwards, we'll make a decision then. I have a feeling like a shield is actually something slightly different from armor, so I have a feeling like it's a no. But
Okay.
convince me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a light wooden shield, which would be the basic one that's 3 gold here. So it's looking like there's essentially a difference between 3 and 7 gold here. So it would probably be 7 gold for
Let's get you the nice one.
Perfect.
The
And,
seven
and
gold
just
is
so
the
you know,
+2.
the reason why in Pathfinder, and they would go through with this game too, the reason why there's a difference between wooden and metal shields is because of the durability of them for the sake of breaking them, and also how magic interacts with them.
Yeah.
Because magic interaction is insane in Pathfinder compared to most systems.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go for a wooden shield in this case, anyways, because I'm not looking to replace my shield permanently. This is meant to.
We can always sell it back, though, is the thing. So just get the nice one.
All right. So I'll go down to a shop and purchase it's a medium shield here, but it's the heavy wooden version of in Pathfinder, which is a +2. So it's the middle ground type, but it's a
Sounds
wooden
great.
shield, basically.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Awesome. So 7 gold, you go and you spend to get a brand new shield, well made, so on and so forth. It's not exactly what you wanted, but it's good enough to make you happy. Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
So he gets the shield. Doxy, was there anything else that you're planning on doing, or are you just kind of waiting for tomorrow when you're going to have that conversation with all those people?
No, we're going to go back tonight. We're going to get guards, the guards that we saw earlier, and we're going to go back tonight.
All right. This is going to make things fun. Cool. So they go and get the shield.
At least that's what Chrisellen is going to propose. I'm not going to make that decision.
No, I agree. Laszlo agrees. You don't leave somebody in danger and just leave them that might be in danger with people that they're in danger with.
You guys are really trying to win green back over. That's nice. So you are doing that, of course, sending to get the shield. Laszlo, were you working on anything specific right now?
I mean, I don't really have time. I was gonna say I wanted to check out the because I lost my wand. So I wanted to check out the illusionist wand, or the forked wand.
Would you be doing this inside the privacy of your own room? Would you want to go maybe spend a couple hours to actually go outside of town, do it there, and come back? Would you want to go by the lake? I don't
think we have hours, so if it's gonna take that long, then I won't be doing anything.
Sure. So you
as
just go.
Soon as Oscar gets back, she's gonna relay
Yeah.
the plan to both of you and make sure that you are both fine with it, and then we're gonna fucking hightail it.
So Josh, just so you know, for the gravitas or whatever the situation, using the wand for the first time can be easy, or it can be difficult. If it's difficult and you do so very poorly, there can be a kind of like a retaliation, or things can go sideways for you, right? So that being said, Doxy's room is separated from all other rooms because it's the only one on its floor. There's like servants areas up there for like being readily available to take care of her. But there's like her room is the only one up there, so it's separated from other guests. However, things inside that room are valuable and fine made, right? Your room is not valuable stuff, but it has a room next to it there, and a room next to it there, and a room across the hall over there. So it's a little less separated. Where would you want to go to test this for the first time?
I would tell her that, I'll just do it. Chrisellen, I lost my wand. It broke, remember? With the thing.
I remember.
I'm going to pull out the forked wand, because I think when I found it, you said something that like it's akin to electricity, and I use that a lot. And I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna say, I need to go and use this, practice it, study it a little bit. Can I meet you there? I on the way there, I might be able to find a spot maybe off the road to just
She'll hand
check
you
it
a
out.
cookie and say, "Don't be seen."
Don't be seen.
Okay. I thank you. And I'll just leave, and I'll head there. And if I can see a good spot, like off the road or away from people, then I'll kind of sit there and I'll check it out and look at it.
Before I tell you that, what time are you guys thinking about heading back to the actual estate?
That's a good question. Are we planning on going cover night, or are we planning on going grab those guards and going like early evening type thing?
That's something that the characters should discuss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, just kind of because your character probably already would have discussed it, right? Because
Well,
the only reason why I'm bringing it up,
we haven't.
well, fair enough. Because the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because
Chriselle's gonna want to go immediately.
Okay, because if he's going to be going doing this, that means it's during the daytime when I already described this place as being bustling and there's a lot of people. So
Right.
if you're going to go find a place that's removed from people, you're talking about like down a small, narrow, slightly out of the way back alley where you can definitely still hear people that way or that way. That just you're out of sight technically. So if you have much of a reaction, people might notice it. But again, nobody can directly see you. And if you're just talking to yourself, nobody can directly hear you. It's just if there was like a boom or a visual display or something, right? So,
Chrisellen would have also had you come back to her room so that we could all go together. She's gonna have a bath in the lilac oil.
Okay. All right. So I would just find like you said, just like an alcove or something in an alleyway that kind of gets me out of sight of everybody, and just sit there and kind of look at the wand and try to get a vibe off of it. That joke's dead.
oh, now that joke is booming.
Oh, I hang my head in disgust, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because I don't have a means of casting spells without a wand, and I lost mine.
So, you are going to go in that area that you described, that little back alley, kind of, nobody's around. Okay, nobody can. I'm going to move this barrel here. All right, I don't think anybody can see me. And you hold out your wand. Shing.
Showing.
Showing. I actually need to open up a certain book before we do this. Let me go back over to here. Jake and Naga are they're always plotting, aren't they? Oh, why am I in that one? They're always plotting, aren't they? Are they ever not plotting? Is Naga chatting with Jake while watching? Or is he like, I'll just catch the VOD later and plot with Jake now?
You think he's gonna turn a chance with Jake up? No.
It's like, I need to put a finger to the pulse of this. I need to control him. He's my boy. Why can't
he is an inquisitive boy, so
nice. I can't find excuse me. Compendium, right? It's under the compendium or illusion spells, sir. What book is that under? Do you recall? Core or compendium, or does compendium have an expansion of core?
It's under the companion.
Companion. Can you send me? I'm saying compendium. I mean companion. Can you send me that again in a DM, please, Josh? Or is it already maybe pinned in a DM between the two of us?
I highly doubt it because of its size.
Pinned in a DM. The link, I mean.
It might be. I have it downloaded.
Oh, then who has a companion link? Was that you, Will?
I have a companion link. Give me a second.
Thank you. Because everything, all the links I'm seeing are when you guys are trying to advise me on different. Wait, I think I have it here. Nope, that's not it.
Fantasy Age Companion is what you need.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put it in.
I was muted. I literally just put it in the.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. I was muted. I was like, oh no, hold on, I've got it right here. And
Sorry.
I was the one muted. Like,
can you do me a favor? You can say you can be forgiven if you say sorry in your accents 3 more times.
Look, I'm gonna spread that out
Your
over the course
whore.
of the night.
I'm your.
Well, I like the way the Canadians say sorry.
Me too.
Sorry. I don't know how they say it.
I just love
sorry.
Canadian accent.
Sorry.
Oh, hold on. There's a fine line between where a Canadian accent gets better and better and like more enjoyable to listen to, and then it hits this edge where you're like, oh God, what just happened? You know what I mean?
That edge is Saskatchewan. All right. Canadian humor for you there, bud.
Nice. We call it the South. They call it Saskatchewan. Could you do me a favor? And Josh, could you roll me your it's illusions check technically. It's
okay. So it's just intelligence.
It's just intelligence. Remember, this is how we discussed it beforehand.
Yeah, because I don't have illusion.
And remember, the DC is not easy. Just as a reminder, the DC for this is not an easy DC. It's actually, I believe, The difficulty is set to hard, so you know it's a DC 15, and then it's how many successes you have to get over the threshold for unlocking XYZ. Okay? Hello, 15. And could you just do me a favor? Where you have this wand written down in chat, you technically rolled, because you did succeed, you technically rolled 4 on the stunt dice. Now, this isn't like stunt pool, right? It's not, but you write down that 4 for how many you got.
Well, this is the forked wand. Is that illusion?
Correct. The forked wand was the illusion one. Correct.
All right, so I put in
Oh, no.
No.
Nay. The forked one was the electricity. You actually got 2 more than that, was because that's your forte, correct?
No, enchantment is my forte. I'm only an apprentice or a novice in electricity.
So you don't have the +2 for that?
I don't have the +2 yet.
Nonetheless, mark down the 4 for the forked wand. My apologies. First and foremost, when you grab this wand, you sit there using it, and you're just kind of like working through the motions, and it feels weird. Just the way it swashes around as you're doing your quick little flicks or however it is that you happen to maintain it. It is weird. But you start with very simple things at first, and you're actually able to produce the different magics, ... But then you are able to use it to kind of cast an electric spell. And it's one of those things where just as you're even starting the first, it's almost like the wand almost reads the magic that your mind is calling towards before you even start the incantation that goes towards that magic. So by the time the first syllable falls out of your mouth, you can already see the static build up between the 2 forks in the wand. You can already see starting to build up there. As you're working through the motions and you finish your spell, you can see that there is a lot more energy, like raw energy behind the casting of the spell than you are expected to happen for your degree of power with your understanding of this kind of like magic, right? What's important to note is that it is unrefined at the moment. You haven't learned to control it yet, but you can feel that there's just so much. It just pulls to the static electricity around the wand so much more powerfully than I almost said strongly, bigly, than you can do innately on your own. It's just, again, it's unrefined as of right now. This is just your first attempt with this. Future attempts are going to actually require hours of practice. Not just like, hey, I did it once and it worked. So yeah, you go ahead and
so would this give me a comfort of being able to use it without, even though it's not at its full potential?
Correct. You would be able to comfortably use this. You are going to more or less to cast spells because you're not super familiar with the wand yet. You're going to be able to cast spells, and you're just going to have a small penalty when casting spells with it.
So my target number.
Technically, your target number is a little bit higher than usual. Correct. Okay. You're so close to being able to unlock that not being the case, but it still is there.
Okay. Cool. So after that, I'll.
Sorry, let's just take it back 1 second. That probably took you about an hour. But that's okay, because he went to go find a place to buy a shield, bartered for a shield, and bought it.
Bath.
She's okay, so she's taking 4 hours, so you get time.
I'm taking a 1 hour bath. That's fine.
She's like, ugh, a 1 hour bath. Not even joking. My daughter is 4.5, and she's like, it's only been 10 minutes. Why am I leaving the shower? I'm like, oh no.
All right, yeah. So I would just go up if she's literally still in the bath. I would. Laszlo is just kind of comfortable with Chrysalin at this point, so he would
Chrysalin's not shy about her nudity either.
Yeah, but he would just walk in, to the room, and he is shy about your nudity. So he would see it and go, exquisite, and walk out.
Chrysalin is gonna throw Laszlo a T-bone by the end of this campaign. It's gonna happen.
I'm curious because obviously Doxia is you aforementioned audio issues, and so you're using a different arrangement right now. Does the octave of your laugh cause your mic to peak out and cut?
Yes.
That is amazing.
No, it is not.
That is so awesome.
Worst
You are so
laugh all year.
You are so squeaky.
I'm very squeaky.
That raises a few eyebrows.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'll just be waiting in the hallway.
she'll rush to finish up, dry off, get dressed, and open the door for him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys, finish getting ready or whatever. Then you reconvene. You know, Oscar comes in. He actually has, you know, tink tink, a well-made shield for, you know, from Yovance.
I imagine there's a little sitting table with a couple of chairs.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Oscar. You have your shield. You have your makeshift spear. You know, your not standard spear. Right? Is this the shield is designed to be more for a sword fighter than a spear fighter? I don't know if that matters to you. It doesn't affect it mechanically, just RP wise, but just so you're aware. So there is a sitting area, Doxy. Yes, is a living room.
Round shield, tower shield. What's the?
It's like almost imagine a kite shield, right?
Cool.
So it's like a medium, right?
Cool.
So it's a kite shield.
Yep, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually works fine for me because kite shields actually do have the crest at the top. That will work. So he'll actually
rest on.
He would just actually put it sideways and put it above the point on the kite. So it's that he'll make do. There's RP wise, he's just going to use the kite shield like this so that the crest goes kind of like this out to the point and rest the spear over the point like that and use it to kind of direct. He's fine. He's fought with this before.
Perfect.
If he needs to use a sword, he uses a sword. That's fine.
Doxy, yes. In fact, your room, when you go into it, it's a big, lavish room, like I said before. It's not like, oh my God, that's the best thing ever, but better than you would expect for this town. There is like a living room with a separate like doorway that leads to the bedroom, which is the large and comfortable bed, right? So there is actually a living room or sitting area that is here, so you can... Here's a couch, boys. Use your asses.
So,
or don't, because I'd like to set off as quick as possible. You got your shield, I see. Will it do?
It will do.
And
Not
your
my
wand.
style, but it'll do.
It'll do. There's a lot I can learn from it. It's amazing. The Maltese magic, it lets me be more in tune with the item than I ever imagined. It must be how the Gish operate. And he'll just start mumbling nonsense to himself, like as he's
Oscar's listening intently, by the way, at what you're saying. Like Oscar is paying close attention to what you're saying about this. And that's very
Someone
interesting.
would normally be fascinated, but right now she's anxious, right? So she'll be like, okay, I want to hear all about this. Genuinely, that it brings you joy brings me joy, but I really think that we must be going.
I'm fine to go whenever you are.
Okay, I'm ready. Are we planning on getting in a fight, or we just be ready?
We're prepared to be in a fight.
Okay, Oscar, don't go running off until I'm able to touch you. If we do get in a fight, I can help you. I don't.
Confused, and he says, "Oh no, right, the enchantment you did."
Yes, I can.
Yes,
I can imbue magic into your armors.
How long does that last when you cast it?
Only the combat. It's only a frequent. It's. They don't give actual timetables, but it says like for that moment, for that like scene.
Okay, so it's one of those things where if you guys were like approaching the front door and you wanted to cast it on Oscar and he walks around the back door and it takes a couple minutes to break in or whatever, that would be fine because it's for like the encounter.
I mean, that's up to you. Yeah. I think so.
Not a whole
friggin' chatter so that
not a whole friggin' dungeon crawl, but like a small setup to execution. Sure. And thank you, Doxy.
Yeah, it just says a temporary imbue. That's it. That's the only
until
thing
the end of the encounter. Yeah, that makes sense. That you could do it right before an encounter and start an encounter. To me,
yeah,
storyteller's rules.
It's usually how much MP to do that. Sorry.
For me, I'm a journeyman, so it's 6, but it gets a +2.
What is it for the lower level?
The base cost is 3, so it doubles.
So it doesn't. Oh, okay. So it becomes 6. It doesn't add 6 to be 9.
No. It's for 6 MP, they get a +2. For 12 MP,
gotcha. So you can choose if you're spending 3, 6, or 12 when you have access to 3, 6, and 12. And you are what degree?
Yep.
Journeyman.
I'm a journeyman.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry. Awesome. So you head out immediately. I imagine you go and find the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So nobody seems to be arguing with head out immediately. Everybody's there. You're like, it works. You know, looks weird, but
I would also strap my crossbow under my dress.
I'd look away.
How do you strap a crossbow under your dress?
I know.
Light crossbow, so
I know how it sounds. It's fine if they know that it's there. She just doesn't want anybody that sees her out of their periphery to be like, where is that pretty lady going with a crossbow?
So one of the things that you would probably see as she straps her crossbow under her dress, which is not a very effective way to do things. Oscar, do me a favor. Roll me a warfare, knowledge warfare, stuff like that.
Just intelligence. I don't have military lore, unfortunately.
The military lore is what I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's a 9. That's not very good. But
Give me 1 second. Actually, nope, that's fine because you are from Amalta, which came from Galdaria. Galdaria, which is allies. You spent a lot of time to the north. Looking at the fact that she's trying to strap this to her leg, which is, again, it's a light crossbow, which is about this long. Like they're not
it would
short.
dangle off of her thigh sheath.
Yeah, but it's very obvious, like under the dress, like there's very obvious shape. One of the things that you see is that, yeah, definitely, because there's like a cross. It's like a cross, right? So, anyways, one of the things that you realize, Oscar, is that there's probably a really good thing that could be done. Just like looking at the way she approaches things, you don't know if you'll be able to access it here while you're in Yovance, but you just kind of get the idea. She really needs a Stalingrad bow. Like there's in Galdaria, there's this one particular family of like because. What's it called? Galdaria is known for its like archers. It's where the quality archers are, so on and so forth. But there's one particular family or mercantile family called Stalingrad. They specialize in crossbows, and the crossbows have collapsible crosshairs. So literally, it's one of those things where they can be strapped down, right? And then depending if you're going with the cheaper one, you kind of like set it back into place and set pins, or if there's like a pull release that gets them into pin out. So she could do things like have a super low profile. Hand or light crossbow strapped to her leg like that.
He would actually just outright say that you just need a Stalingrad bow.
That would be great. Can I have one?
Don't have one here. Do you want me to carry that for you?
We'll keep it. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And she hands it to you. And she's like, I'm thinking.
I'll hold this for you.
Cool. So you guys head out, go find those guards.
He's like in the middle of being snarky to you.
Yeah.
You guys head out and go find those guards, or guards, I should say. Do you look for those particular ones or just guards in general?
Those particular ones.
Okay.
Also, it's not a heavy crossbow; it's a regular crossbow.
Yeah. A light crossbow would be the if we're using multi-system phrasing here. So to find those specific guards, it's going to be what investigation, I think, to find them, which is communications investigation. So Doxy, this is all you baby girl.
I'm looking for the handsome one.
You easily find those guards, degrees of success. You actually find them very quickly. So there's no problems there. There is still one more stunt, just so you know. We're just not wasting it for this. Because we're just doing degree of success. So you guys are finding the guards pretty quickly. And you're going to be able to kind of walk up to them and be like, gentlemen, you know what I mean? They're like, yes. And you're obviously dressed exquisitely again, I imagine, but in a different outfit. And be like, were you wearing that earlier?
I was not. I've had a bath. And she'll like put her arm under his nose.
And he will take the hand and it's one of those like, it's so awkward putting your arm under the nose for someone that doesn't know how to appropriately react. He like does one of those awkward sniffs, but like not to be creepy, but feels creepy doing it. But at the same time, it's like, you smell pretty.
Thank you.
And the other guard, who clearly had cued him in on what was happening before, who you were already being somewhat flirty with before, says, you smell pretty anyways.
Charmed, gentlemen. There is, however, dire circumstance that I come to you with. How familiar are you with the servants of the Enrique house?
They kind of, again, look to each other, look at you, not really familiar. One of them says, there was, Lily had helped out with the investigation before. She kind of explained where the different rooms were. She was sweet. And the other one's...
Very sweet girl. And I think she might be in danger.
Oh,
They wouldn't let me in, even with the legal documents. And she wanted to, but she wouldn't.
Well, if she's in danger, that's enough for us to go and investigate the situation, I imagine.
We'll come with you.
The one guard, the one that, again, from before, would be like, I appreciate you coming to us to, make sure things are handled appropriately and legally rather than taking this into your own hands. We wouldn't want to see you get harmed.
I know that you're the most able-bodied around, so, of course, my own bodyguard.
No, she meant that as a slight to me. Don't worry.
You said.
He shrugs.
Yeah. Absolutely. He just says it like, no, that's normal. Don't worry.
Okay, he gives you like a oh, okay, like nod and whatnot. So he definitely gives you like a bit of a look of respect. You know what I mean? And so anyways, and you guys are this way, and they'll walk with you through town, and it's a small conversation. You know what I mean? Again, it's now unfortunately one of those scenarios that you often like to find yourself in, where the two of them are to a degree vying for who gets to have more conversation. One of them is unfortunately a one-upper. You know what I mean? Like yeah. Unfortunately, the other one.
I used to jump 6 feet. You know.
Unfortunately, the other one, however, is just a typical guard. No details I really need to go into from there. And you eventually make your way to the town itself, to the building itself. Now, as you approach, there are 5 of you in total. What is the approach that you want to take? And that is the question that you're going to answer after this. See everybody in just a few moments.
Thank goodness, because I really have to pee.
Same. And I'm going to get a really quick veggie plate.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Can we get some ASMR chewing of those carrot sticks?
Absolutely not.